today we're at White Clay Creek at Delaware Park, Stanton, Delaware. Beautiful facility, right?
It is golf time. You know, the 2012 season is off to a fast start, and we're really excited about the season to get it going.
I mean, you got to have your camera nearby when you play this hole to take a snapshot. This is as good as it gets.
It really is, and very much framed by the creek.
We are at the restaurant. It's called At the Rail Restaurant. It is just beautiful, Michael. Tell us a little bit about this.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank, along with Ellen Cologe. I'm Harry Donahue, and today we're at White Clay Creek at Delaware Park, Stanton, Delaware. Beautiful facility. How many yards?
7,007 yards of beautifully manicured fairways. It's gorgeous out here.
And there are two creeks, obviously, White Clay Creek and Mill Creek. They come into play. Ryan Kidwell is our host professional. Ryan's going to give us a look at his high-tech swing studio at the Pro Shop.
Then we're also going to go inside to the restaurant. It's called At the Rail Restaurant, and Chef Josh will be whipping up some of his special entrees.
Great place to play, to have a corporate maybe outing, and of course, restaurant at the rail. We'll be back with Ryan Kidwell as Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank, gives you a tour of White Clay Creek. Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts. By Club Champion, better fit, lower scores. Now open in Ballackinwood. By Southwest Greens, the Pro Knows. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.
Defining a target, realizing a dream. Susquehanna Bank can help you get your plans off the ground. Whether you're sending kids to college or doing something special for yourself. Susquehanna's financial advisors are worth talking to. We can help you find the smartest way to borrow money and save money in the process. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts for dreamers like you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Ryan Kidwell is our host professional. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
And here we are back at White Clay Creek at Delaware Park. I love just being here because every once in a while you can hear it is now post time. No, I'm only kidding. In terms of you, it's now golf time, right?
It is golf time. You know, the 2012 season is off to a fast start, and we're really excited about the season to get it going.
Now, you guys have done, over the course of a few years, some creative things when it comes to membership. Why don't you explain a little bit, Ryan, what people can do rather than just, say, hand you over some money and go out and play golf?
Right. I mean, we have a couple different options with memberships. We have an individual, we have a married couple, we have a corporate membership. And the way it's structured is you can use that money for different categories. You can use it for merchandise, green fees, lessons, or food and beverage. And only thing we require is to spend 60% of it, and your remaining 40% can be rolled over to the new calendar year. So it's very flexible in how you use your money in your accounts.
And of course, right here, we're in the instruction room, which comes into play, I guess, during the off season, but also during the in season, because when somebody comes up to you for the first time for a lesson or something like that, you put them right here in front of the big video screen, give them an idea what they look like.
Yeah, I mean, we bring them inside to our studio. We have V1, which is kind of the latest and greatest in swing technology as far as the software. We have Velocity Launch Monitor. We have all the different manufacturers to do club fittings. So we bring them indoors, but then we go outside to our fantastic practice facility and go from there outside.
You know, something else that's available here at White Clay Creek besides membership and lessons is outings. And I know you're always looking to attract people to come on and think about White Clay Creek if they're going to have a corporate outing or a charity outing, whatever.
Absolutely. I mean, we specialize in outings. We do probably about 30 to 40 outings a year, anywhere from 16 players to 144 players. And we can customize your outing to whatever your needs might be. And we also have a lot of ways to help you attract sponsors, advertise your sponsors on our GPS system, so you can really bring the outing to a wow factor here at White Clay Creek.
And I know the staff has been busy already. You're kind of ahead of schedule when it comes to aerating your fairways and greens. So while everybody else maybe is just getting up the schedule, you guys are maybe 3 weeks ahead.
Right. We basically got our aerification done on our greens about 3 weeks ago. Tee boxes have been done. The golf course is in fantastic shape. And as you mentioned, the weather's been great. So last week we were busy and the golfers were out. So, you know, we're off to a great start for the season. We're excited.
A little bonus. Speaking of the great golf course here at White Clay Creek, what do you say we go out and take a look at 3 or 4 of what you consider to be the best holes?
Let's go do it.
Ryan, number 3 is maybe one of your more picturesque holes because it has a combination of nature's trees and also water, and it's a par 5, and you can bite off as much as you want off the tee. Second shot, you have to watch out because you got the water on the right. Short landing area up there, and then you still have to go over another waste area to get to the green.
Yeah, I mean, at number 3 here is a really, really good par 5. Normally you set up to a par 5 and you think, oh, I'm going to have a chance at making a birdie, but you got to have a solid tee shot, and then you're going to have execute your second shot to give you a shot into the green, which is elevated, like you said.
Now, adjacent to the fairway is the backside of the track, and you have stables and also an indoor workout area for the horses. So you're never forgetting where you are when you're out here on number 3. Huh?
No, when you're driving down from green to 3 tee box, you go past our training track, you can hear the horses being worked out, and then the main track is just adjacent to that, and then we have all the horse stables. So it's a really neat piece of property that's been done out here around Delaware Park.
Ryan, here's the view from the tee box, the upper tee box on number 6. And I'll tell you what, you talk about an impressive hole from a tee box. This is it, right?
Oh, it is. I mean, from up here on the gold tee box here at number 6, you've got a very long carry to get to the fairway. Most important thing is when you come out and play the golf course, and especially this hole, pick your right set of tee boxes to play from because it's a long carry.
Well, for instance, the hole from here is about, what, 430 or so?
Yeah, it's about 430 from where we're at up here.
And what is it to carry to the fairway?
To get to the fairway, you're looking at about 245 to 250 yards just to get to the edge of the fairway. And then you're going to be left with probably, a long iron into that green.
Now, on the other side of the environmental area is where the white tees and the forward tees are. So most people, like you say, have to realize what they're getting into here. You don't want to beat yourself up too much.
No, you really want to go out, and the most important thing is you want to go out and have fun and enjoy your round of golf, and that's what we are all concentrating on here at White Clay Creek is enjoy your round of golf, try to educate you on what tee boxes to play from, and that's a much more enjoyable tee box to play from. It plays about 260 yards from there.
This is an artist special. I mean, you got to have your camera nearby when you play this hole to take a snapshot. This is as good as it gets.
It really is. I mean, it's very much framed by the creek as we cross down there. When you're going across the bridge, you got the woods on both sides. When Arthur Hills designed this and how it was shaped, it's a beautiful hole. It's very picturesque, and it's a very neat golf hole.
Now, from our vantage point, down to that forward tee or the white tees, what kind of a drop-off are we talking about?
It probably drops off somewhere between about 70 to 80 feet all the way down to the bottom down there.
Wow, it is spectacular. We looked at number 3 and number 6 on the front 9. Ryan and I are back to take a look at 2 beautiful holes on the back 9 from White Clay Creek as Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank, continues in just a moment.
To the duffers, the hacks, we've been there.
To the 3 and 4 putters, we learned.
And to the Rough Riders and Sandmen, we're ready to teach you.
To everybody out there who thinks they can't play the game, the over 28,000 PGA golf professionals say, we're here to help you discover or rediscover the joys of golf. To you, and you, and you, we're here.
The Philadelphia Section PGA is here to teach you. Play golf, Delaware Valley.
Ryan, before everybody goes to the golf course, they stop at the range, and you have quite an expansive range here.
Yeah, the range here is huge. We have a 240 by 240 bent grass tee. Then we have mats that go all the way across the back of the range. That way we can hit under any kind of weather conditions. And then we also have a range mat on the other end that we can have a dual-ended range and use that for lessons.
And when you're done with the driver and some long irons, you got a beautiful short game area.
Yeah, you need to go over and check out our short game area. We have 2 practice greens where you can practice your pitch shots anywhere from about 60 yards and in, and we have 2 bunkers, so it's a great way to, to kind of tone it down a little bit and then head to the golf course.
Number 11, about, well, at 430 from the tips, a little less than that from the middle tees. Dog leg, you got water hazards, lateral hazards, you got it all on this one.
Yeah, you really got to pick your right set of tee boxes here and, factor in if you have any wind conditions like we have out here today. and choose to how much you're going to bite off, because the creek kind of meanders all down the entire right side of the fairway.
And then right, 60 yards in front, the kind of little tributary?
Yeah, we have a little flyover water hazard there, so you got a lateral hazard, you got a regular water hazard to an elevated green, you know, that's pretty long from front to back and then a little bit narrow from right to left.
Yeah, where the pin placement is today, Ryan, is pretty much in the back. My favorite hole, though, on the golf course, because a couple years ago, you and I were here, and it was in the front, and I got lucky enough to chip one in. But I don't know, back here, that looks like three-putt territory to a lot of people.
It is. That flag's all the way back here towards the back. It's kind of on a little mound right now, you know, but you're referring to your shot a couple years back up in the front where you chipped it in and made a birdie on me.
What can I say, huh? That shot will live in infamy.
Absolutely.
All right, here we are, Ryan, at number 17 and par 3.
Yep.
Water hazard. For some players, a little more of a water hazard than for others, because you have, 4 or 5 different teeing areas.
Yeah, we do. We have 5 different tee locations here. The hole can play anywhere from about 180 yards down to about 100 yards from the forward tee. So, you know, you pick your set of tee boxes that you want to play from and enjoy the round of golf. That's most important.
And the green, I mean, from our vantage point right here at the tee box, doesn't look real big.
No, it's not that big. It's not very undulating. Kind of slopes a little bit from back to front, you know, but it is guarded by the water on the left-hand side, and then there's little grass mounds on the right-hand side of the green.
So today with that wind, maybe that power fade to the left side of that green to hit that flag in the right front?
Absolutely. You probably want to just kind of take it over the water a little bit and trust that you're going to fade it back in and let the wind kind of push it back in, and hopefully you have a very nice birdie putt.
And hope you have 2 sleeves of balls maybe to get it done, huh?
Well, hopefully not, because you've already been to our golf academy and you had a chance to tune your game up.
Speaking of the Golf Academy, let's go to Ellen. She is back there right now with more on what juniors have waiting for them here at White Clay Creek.
Thank you, Harry. We're joined now by R.G. Hackett. He's the assistant golf professional here at White Clay Creek. R.G., I know you do a lot of programs and instruction with young kids. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we have a couple different camps that we offer them. We have our traditional 4 camps, 3 half days and 1 full day. And this year we added a new Tour Championship camp that is more for your advanced golfers. We do a lot of teaching out here with the kids. I actually teach a 3-year-old trying to get the game of golf, and I'm trying to get him up to that level where he can sort of succeed in golf.
What is the age range for some of your camps and the instruction?
For our half-day camps, we recommend 4 and up. For our full days, we recommend 6 and up. Tour Championship is more for your high school or your middle school golfer getting into your high school level, or that golfer that really likes the game of golf and wants to learn more. There's going to be a lot more playing. There's going to be a lot more sort of one-on-one instruction, and we're actually going to involve some fitness in it and also rules.
And kids today, they certainly can use some more fitness and activity, and I bet they have a lot of fun here.
Absolutely.
That sounds like
that's our main goal, is to have fun out here and sort of wow all of our guests and have fun with our kids.
I bet they love it. Thank you so much, RG. And if you'd like more information on the camps or any of the instruction, we'll have a link on InsideGolf.net.
You know, I always assumed that Ricky Fowler was a confident guy, maybe a little bit of an ego, but I never thought his head was this big. Yo, Ricky. Hey, when we come back, Inside Golf presented by Susquehanna Bank has our teed off panel.
Early mornings, late nights, and way too many takeout dinners. Running a business takes energy, determination, and sacrifice. And whether you're a startup, well-established, or somewhere in between, the people of Susquehanna Bank have the knowledge to help you succeed. From cash management solutions to the benefits of local loan decisions, we help keep your business moving ahead. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts for businesses like yours. Member FDIC.
Guests of Inside Golf enjoy dining at Sin Sin, the popular Asian fusion restaurant located on Germantown Avenue in the heart of scenic Chestnut Hill.
And now it's time for Teed Off, brought to you by Yingling, America's oldest brewery.
That's where the tournament really starts to kick in.
And welcome back, Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Now presents Teed Off, our panel of experts on Masters Week. We'll be talking about Augusta National. And our panel includes from 97.5 The Fanatic, host of the midday show from 10 to 12 with a variety of people. We have Mr. Harry Mays.
Harry.
Glad to see you.
Good to be here.
Tony Leodora, WNTP's Golf Talk Live Saturday mornings. Well known to Inside Golf, of course, is joining us again for another Teed Off panel. And from myphillygolf.com, we have Joe Logan.
Good to be here.
Masters Week, Tony, doesn't get any better than this. The tournament getting ready to tee off, not that far down the road, and I'm going to ask you a question about particular courses. What are your What are your two favorite holes at Augusta National? You can only say two. I don't care if they're front nine, back nine, whatever. Only two.
Okay, they're both on the back nine.
Both on the back nine.
But they're not the ones that maybe everybody would pick. Number 11 is my favorite because of the drama involved, the plane crashes I've seen there, including Raymond Floyd in a playoff with Nick Faldo. And it would have been just such a magical win for him in the sudden death playoff, and he winds up yanking it left into the pond on a hole that Ben Hogan said if you ever hit it on the left side of the green, if you ever saw him hit it there, it was a mistake. That's right. So
it's a downhill long par four. They've changed it radically with trees now down the right side.
Exactly, but there's that speed slot, so if you hit it in the right part of the fairway, wow, you get a big advantage. Otherwise, you're sitting up there with a 220-yard shot into a green guarded by a pond. So that is very exciting. And number 18, aside from it being the climax, and we've seen so many things there, including Phil Mickelson jumped, I think it was like a 43-inch, a 3-inch vertical leap.
Let's see, how high is this stack of paper?
Exactly. But it's a great golf hole. You have to hit out of that chute. If you ever stood behind where they hit, I couldn't even get the club back. And it's exciting, and you got that big dog leg, and of course you had, some amazing guys who in the past just blew it right over the bunker, hit it in the rough left, said, I'm not going to worry about anything, but other ones are taking 3 woods. A lot of strategy going into that hole, and then, of course, if you make a putt, you're only making it in front of, I don't know how many thousand people there.
How about like 100 million worldwide?
Yeah.
Harry, what about your favorite two?
I had the pleasure of being down there for a practice round back in the early 90s and soaked everything in visually. But I have to go backside, and I have to go a par 5 and a par 3. 13 to me is just an unbelievably cool golf hole. Because I'm a drawer of the ball. I don't draw it very well, but I'd love the opportunity to stand on that fairway, sort of back in those trees, and just fire one out there and let the contours of the ground take it. You got Rays Creek to deal with, but covering right around the green. I'll never forget Mickelson's 6-iron from the pine straw a few years ago. That's where the tournament really starts to kick in. If they get past 12 without dropping it in the water. And then the par 3 16th. There's been so much drama there. You've got that calm pond that just looks like a reflection pool. All the patrons sit there so quietly until somebody sinks an
He even has the right terminology,
unbelievable
the
putt.
patrons.
Oh yeah, they're eating their pimento cheese sandwiches. It's fantastic.
Joe, I know you've been there many, many times.
Many times, and I've actually played it a couple of times.
Oh, wow.
And I was going last year, so I was prepared to sort of take what was left and pick something other than what you guys did. But how can you not go with 12? It's the most fun par 3 anywhere. And,
maybe the most famous par 3 in the world, do you think?
Arguably, yes, yes. As much as I like 16 as well. And the other one, and I would have said 13, but since you already picked that, I'll go with 10. 10 is a great golf hole.
Just ask Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, where he had disaster last year. But it's much more downhill than you would expect, and it's got a great tee shot, great second shot, and a brutal green. So
I'm going to pick two that haven't been talked about yet. I'm going to take number 1 because I think it's the beginning of the tournament, and even the ceremonial opening shots, you go back to Byron Nelson and what's his name, Gene Sarazen, for years teed off there. And then more recently you have Arnie and Jack and Gary Player. But the hole itself, the nerve factor, when these guys, I don't care who they are, whether it's Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson, multiple winners, or some guy that's playing in his first Masters. He steps on that tee and gets introduced to start around at Augusta National. And that is a poke, Tony, up that hill. You got to hit that thing past that trap. What's that trap come in, about 280 on the right?
On the right, yeah. You have to fly at least 285 to get over that bunker on the right.
And how many guys have started their final round of the Masters, maybe like Mr. Norman, with a 6-shot lead on a Sunday? God knows what's awaiting him over the next 18 holes. And speaking of Norman, how about the 9th hole at Augusta when he was against Nick Faldo? All Faldo had to do was make par that day to win the tournament, even though he was 6 shots back to start. And how many times have you seen somebody hit that shot with a front pin with a lot of spin on it? Next thing you know,
Bottom of the hill.
down the hill. It's a great hole. It's a great hole. But you didn't have a 6-shot lead, did you?
I've also putted one on that hole from about 3 feet above the hole, right past the hole, down the green. Next thing you know, you're chipping back from the fairway. It's a hard hole.
Let's go out. Ellen Cologe has a question from somebody for Joe Logan.
Thanks very much, Harry. We're here with Ron DeRazio. Ron, what is your question for Joe Logan?
My question is, will the Olympic competition in 2016 spoil the Ryder Cup or the President's Cup?
I don't think it'll spoil it. You know, it will certainly cut into its audience popularity, I suppose. But I am looking forward to Olympics golf because it's going to have so many countries, so many teams that now currently, where the game is nothing, and it's going to be something. Golf will grow as a result of the Olympics.
I want to thank our panel. And before we leave our Teed Off panel today here at the Green Parrot, I want to remind you about a great event. It's the 7th annual Mary Kate's Legacy Foundation Golf Classic. It's coming up at Philmont Country Club, and the date is Monday, May 14th. Joe Conklin's going to be there, need I say any more? And the host is Bob Lutz, who's the host here at the Green Parrot. So the 7th Annual Golf Classic, you can go to MaryKatesLegacyFoundation.com for more information. We'll be back. Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank, continues in just a moment. Looking for a comfortable dining and get-together spot in historic Bucks County? Welcome to the Green Parrot Restaurant and Pub in Newtown. The kitchen features wood-burning stoves, specials for lunch and dinner daily, a wine list that features more than 60 offerings, and there are 24 different draft beers. All this in one very unique place, the Green Parrot on Sycamore in beautiful Newtown.
It's time light beer got some character. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yingling Light Lager from America's oldest brewery. Rethink your light beer.
To the duffers, the hacks, we've been there.
To the 3 and 4 putters, we learned.
And to the Rough Riders and Sandmen, we're ready to teach you.
To everybody out there who thinks they can't play the game, the over 28,000 PGA golf professionals say, we're here to help you discover or rediscover the joys of golf.
To you, and you, and you, we're here.
The Philadelphia Section PGA is here to teach you. Play golf, Delaware Valley.
Welcome back to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. And before we leave, Ryan, White Clay Creek, in your instruction room here, one thing that you pointed out is, regardless of who the manufacturer is, people can come in, you can fit them for the set of clubs. You don't have to order a whole set of clubs from the factory. You can do it right here.
Absolutely. What we can do here is, based on what kind of club they're looking for, whether it be a beginner's club or maybe they're an advanced player, I can come in here to my ping fitting cart here. I can pull out a club. I can take their measurements on how tall they are and how far their wrist to floor is. I can put a club together and get them down here on the mat and actually take and hit some balls with the live board. And I can pretty much do a fitting in probably about 30 minutes for a set of irons. And that goes for all the different manufacturers.
Joining us now is Michael Crispin. He's the Director of Food and Beverages here at White Clay Creek. We are at the restaurant. It's called At the Rail Restaurant. It is just beautiful, Michael. Tell us a little bit about this place.
At the Rail Restaurant is a 120-seat restaurant. We also have outdoor seating out on our veranda where we offer happy hour Thursday on Friday with live entertainment, bands. Also, we're open for brunch on Sunday, which is an a la carte brunch. Mondays, Tuesday, we're open for lunch, and Wednesday through Saturday, we're open for lunch and dinner.
And it just looks like a beautiful place to enjoy a meal, an amazing view of the golf course.
Yeah.
What else do you have here? I know you have some amazing dishes that we'll sample and we'll look at later, but I know you have an extensive wine list.
Yes, we have over 120 different wines from around the world. And also, we do something called Wine and Dine, where you come out on the course, you and someone else, for $70 a person. You get 9 holes of golf and a 3-course meal afterwards here in the restaurant or on our deck.
And Michael, I know you have a beautiful banquet room called the Veranda Room. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
The Veranda Room is a room that we do special events, golf outings, weddings. It seats up to 300 people. Also overlooks the golf course on the veranda. So it's great for any type of special event, again, or golf outing. We also have many menus for all the different events, as well as we can customize a menu for you and your guests as well.
Well, we're in the kitchen now with Chef Josh. Chef, I know you've been here, Josh, for about 6 years, and you have an amazing menu. Let's show us 3 items that you are very proud of.
Yeah, starting here, it's a new salad we have. It's a watermelon feta cheese, red onion, pickled red onion salad, accented by just a really good extra virgin olive oil, torn mint, and microgreens. It's really good for summertime.
Looks very light.
Yes, very light. In the middle, we have a pan-seared maple leaf duck breast. This is setting on a saute of house-made goat cheese gnocchis, pancetta, fresh figs, arugula. Here, it's basically my style of a sushi roll. It's like a nouveau style sushi. Basically, I took everything I love about sushi. I took everything out that's basically nori and rice. So it's nothing but it's a high-grade sushi, sushi-grade ahi tuna, spicy crab, avocados. I'll take toasted sesame seeds on top and just accent it with a sweet soy drizzle.
Hope you enjoyed our look at White Clay Creek at Delaware Park. It has something for everybody, from fittings to lessons to a challenging golf course.
And some very good food, Harry. We're here at the restaurant called At the Rail. Chef Josh can create amazing dishes for you, and they're having a special Easter brunch coming up on April 8th, and you'll want to check that out. It's open to the public. You don't have to be a member, so you will love to see some of Chef Josh's creations. And if you've missed any of our episodes, you can always check us out at InsideGolf.net.
And here's one of Josh's creations. What do we got here?
It's a little bit of watermelon and onions and feta cheese. It looks amazing, and he told us it's one of his favorites. So we will sample that,
and
Harry.
It's going to be added to the menu soon.
That's right.
Come on down and sample the latest from Chef Josh. That's going to do it for Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. We'll see you next week. For Ellen Cloje, I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you, don't pick up. We're going to pick up some salad. Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts. By Club Champion, better fit, lower scores. Now open in Bala-Cynwyd. By Southwest Greens, the Pro Knows. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.